guys, what's up, and welcome back to another episode of Apologists, Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we met Valent Gramarye, a magician from the troupe Gramarye, which Trucy used to be a part of, and her original dad, her biological father, was a part of. And we learned that Valent was there because he was part of the disappearing act that Lemiroir pulled on stage. And then, now, we are here. We found a switch underneath a piano, and we found out that it's connected to an igniter, so that is kind of interesting. We're gonna go ahead and just examine random stuff around. Let's get going. July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum. What? Come to laugh at the murderer?
Darian.
That old bag opens her pie hole, and wham bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect.
Darian isn't in the best of moods, is he?
Not many people are these days, it seems.
It is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out.
Then Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid!
So, about your alibi.
You have to ask? The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots, and found Mr. Latouche dead. I got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too, right there on that stage.
Your guitar playing was something else.
Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Lemiroir's fault. She was the one who said she heard his voice at the scene of the crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? Excuse me, sir, you don't call Lemiroir an old windbag. You say that to old bag, and old bag only. What suspicion? He could be such a stick in the mud.
Mr. Gavin? A stick in the mud?
He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day? Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Darian! He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really.
Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums.
The band's fine, too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him? He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally, I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally.
Apollo! Let's go check it out! I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office.
Maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Right on!
Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. And tell him I want into that crime scene. We'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yes? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? Well, great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on that stage when it was happened, okay? Ripping! Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself.
Let's not talk to him anymore, alright?
Detective Darian christened. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. Nope, no, stop. We're not examining the Blue Badger again. Or the Gaviner's, float thing. July 9th, Prosecutor Gavin's office.
So, this is it. The Gaviner's head office.
It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing? Object, whatever. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin's on the phone.
Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet-like.
That's eavesdropping.
Why? We'd just be waiting, quietly, so he didn't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band?
She'd make a good reporter for a gossip mag. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Latouche? Look, don't talk to me about those Beginians, okay? Just get me that report. Chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's times like these when I start to miss Darien. Huh? Hiya.
Just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad.
How could I be? There's not enough tea here in the world in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist.
Watch and learn, Apollo.
So, who have you come to see?
Huh?
Clavier, lead vocalist for the Gaviners? Or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom?
What do you think he means, Apollo?
I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go? Both. Ah, this reminds me. Did you see the paper today?
Yes! I always read the TV section.
Good girl. How about you, Head Forehead? I read the funnies. Then you will not have seen this. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song.
Ooh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one.
It's not a show. It's an article. News, you know?
Oh, does this have anything to do with the case?
Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life as a song? Have you ever hummed the man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless, endless. Thanks to the case you made today, of course.
Oh, that was all Apollo's idea.
Hey! Is that a newspaper over there too? Yes, the Burgundian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Thanks, but I can't read Burgundian. Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say, this is big news over there as well. So they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song.
Probably no one in Burgundia could believe it.
It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. Their journalists didn't see the zine to mention it. That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself. Lamidowa's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I imagine, which is why I've had Darien step down from the investigation for now.
Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum.
Lamidowa was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case? Quickly, if possible.
I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it.
You co-wrote it with Lamidowa, if I remember correctly. That's right. It was last year. I had gone to tour Burgundia's legal system, as a matter of fact.
And that's when you heard Lamidowa's voice?
It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting.
Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout.
I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did and we wrote a song right there, backstage. Machi on piano, I still can't pronounce that word. And myself on the guitar that I borrowed from the miroir.
And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would have, like Apollo say.
It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump?
Don't call it a lump, that's a piece of history. And it's only brown, not really charred.
No matter, I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire?
Do you think you could show it to us? Your slightly burnt guitar?
I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it? That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this.
That's the guitar from the concert, isn't it?
I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally.
Oh, did you find anything out?
He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. Well, the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on?
Sounds like something we should ask about. What's that on the plate there?
Is that gum?
Gum?
Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang? So he put it on the plate for later consumption?
You'd think a rock star could afford a fresh stick.
Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Also, I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? It looks like a lump of plastic?
Wait, that phone call.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing? Object, whatever. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Latouche? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you?
Who? Us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to.
Hey, you were the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after.
This lump?
Would you mind telling us what you do know about it? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Le Miroir.
How did it end up here?
She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar is from Burguinia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Le Miroir's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
See? Prosecutors do have a lot of clout.
I still think he's a special case.
Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned.
What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar?
That's right! What was that all about?
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. Ah, so that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this in fact. The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Odd. That device looks strangely familiar. This was found in Mr. Latouche's bag. It is apparently a replica of something. A replica? It's a small lump about 1.5 inches long. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it is a replica of. You mean, whatever Mr. Latouche was after? That seems to be the most logical explanation.
Well, what is it?
Don't ask me, Fräulein.
Oh? If you don't want to tell us, you could just say so.
I've put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Burguinia. But apparently there is a block of information somewhere along the chain.
Oh?
Something Interpol doesn't want to tell Burguinia. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latouche went through all that trouble to become Le Miroir's manager. Just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? And he died for it. I've sent someone to the Colosseum to fetch Le Miroir. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Burguinian. Oh yeah, this. It has to be one of these.
What is it, Apollo?
That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter.
Another one?
It was at the crime scene, in Le Miroir's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually. That's the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder? I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about. Oh. Thanks for dropping by, Herr Forehead. Thanks? Why, you gave me so much information! That igniter, for instance. Oh, that. I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. Oh, perhaps you're just a tad naive, I guess I could have hid it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About the strange lump of plastic. The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating.
Hey, that's right!
I've been thinking, Head Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us, not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing the song lyrics. That is why I try to at least remain simple inside, and I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That is why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that.
Mr. Prosecutor?
Fräulein?
Can I ask you why you sing in a band?
Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple, too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps. Well, gee, where do we go now? Where do we go now? July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum. Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hello there, Emma. What's up? Either of you know where Lemiroir is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah? That's strange.
What's strange?
I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. Lemiroir's missing? It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own, being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her.
Great, thanks.
July 9th, backstage hallway. This place is deserted. I wonder where Lemiroir went off to. I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful.
I guess, but I can't help worry about her a little.
Anybody in here? Nope. July 9th, 4:46 p.m. in the wings.
Huh? The stage is pitch dark.
The power breaker must be off for this section. Great.
I'll go get someone. Yipes! It was really dark out there.
Dark. That's all Lemiroir has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness?
Hey, Apollo.
Huh? What?
Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Like something's changed?
Changed?
I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me.
Now it's bugging me too. What is she talking about?
Hey, that case. Wasn't that open before?
Huh. I guess someone closed it.
Wait. Look, where the case closes.
Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's...
Let's open it, Apollo!
Oh my god!
Eep! Lemiroir! Lemiroir! Emma!
We have to get Emma! I didn't switch voices in time. Lemiroir was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around, barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. And me? I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many. It's Hickfield Clinic.
Emma, how's Lemiroir? Is she okay?
We all you a big thanks, that's for sure.
So, she's okay?
Yes. She came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late.
That's good to hear.
So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who? We don't know.
But they hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not Oh.
Right. Would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. Lemiroir! Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone come to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room... You were hit? I knew. That very moment, I knew. The assailant. was trying to kill me.
Ack!
It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached the stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work.
Ah!
Darkness is my ally. There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid. So the assailant couldn't see you. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. Wow, that sounds like a really close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Too bad. Yet, when I consider that I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. Good point. She's sharp.
And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo.
So that means it was likely an adult, and probably a man. Could it be him?
But why would anyone attack you, Lemiroir?
The detective asked me this too. And to her I gave the same answer I give you. I do not know. Lemiroir, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is? This is... what? Mr. Latouche was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after. He was after?
You know, in a secret identity. As an undercover agent.
So that's what he was doing. You mean, you know what? Yes, I know. Of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica thereof. Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before?
Why would he be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir?
I wonder. Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of these.
It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it?
I do not know the details, I am sorry to say. I thought you said all in Borginia knew of these? There is one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. Something all in Borginia know. What's that? The cocoons. They are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death.
Death?
Why? I do not know. Yet if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there was a good reason.
But this is just a piece of plastic.
He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess.
So, that's what he was up to.
Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling.
Smuggling.
It seems I was marked.
Marked?
Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world.
Ah, so you could have brought those Borginian cocoons with you.
On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion. And Mr. Latouche was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Borginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture out into the world outside.
Is that why they suspected you?
But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means...
What, Apollo?
Well, there must have been some reason other countries didn't want the cocoons out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved.
Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion?
Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latouche had Lemiroir marked. It couldn't be her. There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us, Lemiroir. It was the least I could do. Actually, I have another request. If it is within my power, I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Borginian.
Apollo?
Would you come with us, if you're well enough? I see. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you.
Huh? Where are we going?
Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Machi, July 9th Detention Center Visitors Room. Machi, we came to talk to you about the case. Machi. Could you interpret for us, Lemiroir? Yes. Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right?
I was completely fooled myself.
Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney. What do you mean by secret? What do I mean by secret? Well... if I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you?
Ugh. Hey, you got a reaction! A big one!
Machi, you didn't. Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please, tell me what this is all about. Lemiroir, please interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it. Ugh. He asks you to wait. Do not be so hasty.
Machi?
Do you know everything? Yes, everything. Well, sort of.
Have him tell us about it.
Very well.
What is this cocoon anyway?
The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure.
A cure?
It must cure some disease. It's a cure for incuritis. A cure for incuritis? Wow. So much for the name.
But if it's a cure, why keep it in Berginia like that? Just think of all the lives they could save by sharing the medicine.
I do not understand the reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. Latouche was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi... Machi, you weren't...
He couldn't be a smuggler. He's so little.
Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you?
Well, that's true. I am sort of a magician.
She said sort of. I would have a copy of that security camera tape.
Well, Machi, are you a smuggler?
He won't tell me.
First he plays blind, now he plays dumb.
I wonder, do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one to the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale? I can't go home.
Can't go home?
I can't go home to Berginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Berginia is death. That's right. It's punishable by death. About the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Latouche's death? Darian.
Darian?
What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call from Machi from the Berginian embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving.
Darian, wait!
I never liked you. Either of you. Huh?
Darn it, we were so close! He was about to tell us! Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say.
Apollo!
And there could only be one reason why.
Why is everyone ignoring me?
Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow, in court. Oh. So we got 2 things that we need to do tomorrow. We need to get the secret out of Machi, and we need to go after Darian and get the truth out of him. 'Cause something's up. But that is it for this episode. I'll see you next time. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet! Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload! Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!